Broadcasting from Arizona Western College for 55 years, this is KOFA Yuma on 94.7 FM. Listen to music on demand at kawc.org and on the KOFA app. What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter airs next, followed by Midday Music on KOFA. It's 10 o'clock.
The First Amendment, the first one, enshrines the right to a free press in the United States. Help NPR and this station keep exercising this critical right by making your gift today. And thank you.
Give now by visiting kawc.org/donate. And thanks.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
On today's program, we are going to be joined by our very own Dylan Potratz. He's right over here at the video department. He's an aspiring actor, and I know he's going to make it. And you can catch him live at 10 on Live, Laugh, Live, as well as Johnny Bustrock. He's an OG B-boy. He might be doing some pop locking for us. He's going to be joining us as well. So stay with us for What's Up, Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma? What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up, Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. So, Johnny.
Yes.
I have to ask you, have you filled out your NCAA bracket yet?
No, I didn't. I left it right here. And
Okay.
I saw it when I came in today.
So, technically, the game started last night.
They did. How are you doing so far? Because you have your bracket.
Yeah, so far I'm 2 for 2. Howard and Texas both won last night. So
Okay, 2 for 2. There you go.
2 for 2, and then
Were those surprise? Those are like basic ones, like you knew they were going to go in.
I mean, Texas is a big school, University of Texas, the Longhorns, and then I just picked Howard because they have a cool story. This was their first win ever and they're the HBCU Howard over in DC.
Yeah. So they got it. So you're 2 for 2. So I'm 0 for 0 because I haven't filled it out yet. But definitely
got to do it, and maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow on air.
Yeah, I'll do that today. And but before I fill that out, that is, let's get to our guest, Dylan. And how do you say your name one more time? I just don't want to butcher it.
It's Potratz.
Potratz.
Yeah.
And where's that name come from? Do you know?
Potratz is where did it come from again? Oh, it came from Prussia. It was kind of like it's like a dead country. I don't know, but basically it might as well be German.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Very strong name, which is good in your field or the field you're aspiring to.
Yeah.
You want to be an actor?
Yeah, I've been acting for around 8 to 9 years at this point now.
So then when I say you want to,
Yeah.
you are already,
Yeah.
but there's like levels of it.
Oh yeah, I'm inspiring to reach further goals towards later stages in my life. Yeah.
So let's start with we like to get to know all of our guests, and I will say, and I said it on the billboard that people listen to. You're a part of the team over here at AWC. You have a show that you star on. Is that a correct or act on?
Yeah, I host for a show called Live, Laugh, Live.
You host. Okay, there we go. Live, Laugh, Live, which is at 10 on Fridays, and you could see it where?
At Arizona Western /Live.
Yeah. See, even us professionals, we get tongue-tied sometimes.
Yeah.
But okay, so are you originally from Yuma, brother?
I was born in San Diego, and when I was a toddler, I moved over to Japan since my dad, he was military, he was in the Navy, he was stationed in Okinawa, and then 3 years later, we moved here to Yuma, and I've lived here for 19 years this year.
Okay, school? What schools did you go to when you were?
So for schools, I started off going to Sunrise Elementary, and then
that's out here, right?
Yeah, out here, and I went to Sunrise, and then afterwards I did go to Desert Mesa for a bit, but in 4th grade, I was moving around in school so many times. Like, I don't know, I'd either always get in trouble with the teachers or the teachers always had a problem with me. I don't know. It felt personal.
Yeah.
You know?
Doesn't it always? Doesn't
Like,
it
what's,
always?
what's up with his name? No.
Yeah.
Who's that kid?
Yeah. But no, what happened, right, was that I went into 3 different schools. I went to Gowan in 3rd grade. Then in 4th grade, I was in Desert Mesa. But then I went to homeschool for 5th grade. But then in middle school and then in high school, I went from Castle Dome to Gila Ridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I kind of ask about school for a particular reason. Were you a part of any? Did they have any type of drama club performances? Because I know even in elementary they do stuff around Christmas time, certain things. So did you have that in your background?
Yes, absolutely. My school, back in elementary school, we didn't really have a drama program, but my first role, I was like 8 years old. I played the Duke in Cinderella, you know? And, but then in middle school, I got the honor to play Captain Hook for, Peter Pan.
Yep.
But then in high school is when they actually did have a drama program. And then that's when I was more consistent with my craft. And then eventually my senior year, I was the drama club president. But what was fascinating about that time was that we did not have a teacher, like, by the end of the semester. You know, our teacher,
She's just like, I gotta run, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
These guys are crazy. You know?
I don't know what happened.
Too much drama in the drama club.
Too much drama in the drama club.
You won't believe it. You won't believe it. But basically, she and her husband, she moved to like Iowa, at the end of my first semester in senior year. We just got done with a Shakespeare play, The Tempest. And then at the end of it, we basically had a substitute teacher. And I was the drama club president, and we didn't have a play going on. So it was kind of crazy because what I had to do was that I basically took up the mantle of being like the teacher, like people were looking up to me like to say like, hey, what are we doing? And I had no idea. And
But that, so you experience something very early that people talk about, where if you want to learn something, the best way to learn it is by teaching it. I've heard that over and over again from a lot of mentors of mine and people in the field that I've aspired to myself, that if you want to learn something, you got to teach it. So you got that really quick.
yeah.
Very quick. And you're saying this is your senior year at Gila Ridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like basically we had a how do you say it? Choir teacher. His name was Mr. O'Brien, and he did help out so much.
Okay.
He helped out with like building some set designs. We had an idea for the end of the semester, right, that we'd have a 30 by 60, which was 30 plays in 60 minutes, so each play was like 2 minutes each, and I directed and wrote a bunch of them. Even some I didn't direct or write. I had to like end up taking up taking it up and, doing it. We had a script where like it was like called Batman in Real Life. I don't know. It was kind of silly. It was really silly.
Okay. Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah.
That sounds cool
And,
already.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know, like basically I was just like myself, like I wasn't taking it serious at all, and eventually like I just got it down. The audience, they loved it, and I was like, I felt really proud of myself right there. But during that day, we also had another thing called like drama day or theater day, where 3 other schools, we went over to Kofa, and we basically had to perform a 15-minute play, for everyone. And we did not have a script. We did not have anything. I tried making a script, but no one was rehearsing it. Like, it felt like no one cared, but I know a lot of people did. And so we just improvised.
So you improv.
Yeah.
Improv, which is a whole, there's a whole improv groups and troops that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they perfect. And so you got a little bit of a taste of that. Did you like that, the improving?
The improving, it's hard, but once you can like get into this flow state, it becomes a really fun thing to accomplish. Because we did have a script and we had an idea of what we were supposed to do, but the script either wasn't long enough or no one actually read it. And but luckily I had some talented co-actors, co-stars, and it was a Dracula like parody.
Okay, yeah.
And so because in my junior year, we we were all in the play Dracula, and I was Dracula, and we all knew the script, we all knew how to do it, but we thought we'd just do like a spoof of it, and we managed to do it in front of Kofa, Cibola, and I think it was Yuma High. No, San Luis.
San Luis.
Yeah. And I was really proud that day because of not only Gila Ridge, but just us in general.
Yeah, shout out to you for doing improv, because some people might think this show is a little improv some days.
Well, there is definitely, there's a lot of improv to it. To be honest, I go over the questions and I come up with stuff, but I flow better. I love the improv. I actually did that with my early on, like a youth group thing. They taught us how to improv and do stuff, and it's pretty fascinating. It's scary.
Yeah.
It's very scary because you don't have that script. You just kind of get told a little bit about what you're going to do. And I have to just say, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Have you ever seen that show?
Yes, I have.
So that's what they do. They just have they just have an outline of way this scene is supposed to go, and everybody just improvise. So they just have a little bit. They just set up this scene, and then all the actors are so seasoned. They go in and they fill it in with what they're going to do, and that's why they shoot the whole thing. And that's I think it's on like season 16 or something. So it's incredible.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what they do. They just improvise. So you had a little bit about that. And then I know a lot of people that go into improvising, they also go to sketch comedy. That becomes like the next type of thing that they go into. But so in your early days, the drama club, now you're teaching. Now, is it giving you more confidence?
It gives me, I would say it would give me more confidence, but it just caused so much stress, you know? Yeah, but like I feel like it was like a mix of good and bad stress. Because the bad stress was that like I got yelled at by my teacher or like the choir teacher because I was trying to like take control of some things, you know, but like it wasn't my place to do it. But also at the same time, like it did give me the good stress because I was with like the other students there. I was just thinking to myself, like, man, I gotta like just do something. I gotta organize it. You know, I gotta like write some things down, and I have to plan things ahead and basically work as a community for everything. And I think I made it through the end really well. And yeah.
So then, so obviously, after that's your career during high school. Now you're at AWC. Was that like always the next thing? You were like, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow this.
Yeah, absolutely. So fun thing, I forgot to mention this, but during my last semester when we didn't have a teacher, right? The retired Ann Wilkinson, the ex-drama teacher here at AWC, she offered Gila Ridge students to audition for Alice in Wonderland here. And that was kind of my introduction into AWC theater, and I was the only one to get casted out of the whole class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was working with college students, and like, but the thing is that like it was such a breath of fresh air because like they were like all of them were super into it, you know.
So there was a different element that they brought to it, like you said, maybe take it a little bit more serious. Like, okay, no, we're real. This is for real now.
Yeah,
and you got to experience that a little bit earlier than everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. It was amazing because like when we were auditioning, everyone was like really into the audition process. You know, they put on a voice or they did different body, you know, languages and mannerisms and everything like that. And I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
So you got a taste of that, and then is that when you made the decision that that's gonna be the next step? That's gonna be the script I follow as going to AWC?
Oh, absolutely. And it was great because other seniors that went before me, they got scholarships here. And so, and how I got my scholarship here was that I sort of auditioned for it, you know? Like, she gave me 2 monologues I had to learn. One of them was...
And who's she when you're saying?
Ann Wilkinson.
Ann Wilkinson.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Ann Wilkinson, she gave me 2 monologues to perform, and I chose... my monologue as Ferdinand from The Tempest. Okay. And I chose the Joker from The Dark Knight, you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And because, I don't know, by my senior year, I like really figured out I could do like a good Heath Ledger impression and everything like that. And that was a really fun experience to do, and eventually I got a scholarship here, and I've been doing theater here ever since.
So now my question is did she video this? Is there any place that we can find this in the deep,
like behind the scenes,
the deep dark corners of the interwebs that your audition tape is out there?
I wish it's not here. I'm sorry.
Man, those are those moments. But you obviously you got the scholarship, so you did well.
Yeah.
You did,
I would say I did well.
Yeah, well, she said it, right?
Yeah.
Like you got the scholarship here, and now you're here. And now we're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of the break, we're going to talk about that program that airs on Friday at 10, as well as maybe some of your influences, people that you kind of aspire to maybe be like. Because I told you when we met in the hallway, I was like, I seen you around. It's like, you got a great voice, man. Like, I really, like, you're going to be able to do this. And so we're going to get into that after the break, though. You're listening to What's Up, Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
There is so much advice about decluttering, like the Marie Kondo method, where you ask yourself, does this item spark joy? Well, donating a vehicle that you don't need anymore to KAWC and Border Radio is an easy way to help us bring you the programs that bring you joy. And it's a great way to declutter. Learn more at kawc.org/cars.
You are tuned to 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. I'm Cecilia Hollins-Braithwaite from the KWC Newsroom. Expect a triple-digit temperature day in Yuma as afternoon highs reach 103. Winds out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight with a low around 67 degrees. The Bureau of Land Management's Colorado River District is planning a series of prescribed burns near Parker Dam later this month, part of an effort to reduce wildfire risk and improve access to a popular recreation area. Fire personnel with the U.S. Wildland Fire Service will conduct the operations and remain on site to ensure public safety. More on this at kwc.org.
K-pop fans, what's behind the girl crush movement in K-pop? Does gender equality exist in South Korea? Are girl crush songs for real, or just fun songs with a good dance beat? Join me this week for the Girl Crush Show on K-pop for Border to hear what girl groups like Blackpink, aespa, ITZY, and LE SSERAFIM have to say about self-confidence and self-love. K-pop for Border airs on Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Kofa Radio.
Turn on Border Radio KOFA 94.7 FM and cross musical borders every day. From new indie discoveries to timeless classics, listener-supported Border Radio brings you music you won't hear anywhere else. Live, local, and online at borderradioaz.org and on the Kofa app.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here speaking with Dylan, and so we left off. You had a taste of AWC, and then now you're here at AWC, and you're the one in the shoes, and you're taking it serious because you already got that from that little bit of taste. But what was it like? Was it nerve-wracking to be around the college students, or?
At first it was, because I thought I had a little bit of that imposter syndrome, I feel like, man, I don't belong here. Like, these people, they were, they're so much more professional than me and everything. But then, eventually, I just found myself, in the right element, it came by pretty quickly afterwards. And I don't know, I just felt like I got to, really be myself, and bring my talents to the table. And eventually, I don't know, I guess they loved me for that.
So they appreciated it. So and then when are you working with like sophomores and stuff that have been here, right? So you just kind of jump right into it.
Yeah.
So so people that are a little bit more skilled and in that. So but then they started to appreciate what you brought to the table once you're able to get over that imposter syndrome.
Yeah. But after that first play at Alice in Wonderland and other plays that I did, I realized that I was sort of still in that sort of high school or teenager mentality. I don't know how to put this, but I really didn't think I was acting to my best ability for Alice in Wonderland because I felt like I was just being myself, you know, for that role because I was the White Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was hilarious. Don't get me wrong. Like, everyone liked it, and they were laughing their asses off. but
there was something in there that's like I just really didn't nail it.
yeah, exactly. And so further on, I tried to take myself a bit more seriously. And Ann Wilkinson, she told me that, like, don't really take yourself too seriously because, like, not many people are going to, like, either think that way about you or you just, like, don't need to be so hard on yourself. But eventually I realized, you know, maybe I'm not taking myself, like, seriously enough. So I tried to, like, be in more depth with my characters and learning about them, just thinking about who they are as a person, like what are their interests and like what are their goals throughout plays. And that is such an important part in theater that I even see in movies that I feel like the actor doesn't know like what they want. And nowadays I try to like I figure that out like almost as soon as I get the character.
Yeah, and I love film. I love movies. I love the whole art. And I was just recently reading that I'm not going to give it away, but the new Scream movie, the one that was revealed to be Ghostface at the end, that character was a very minor role throughout the movie, but did not have a big backstory.
Yeah.
So that person that's revealed at the end of it had to create the backstory and create all of these things so they could nail the role, right? It's like they brought it to it and they had to get that mindset to be able to do it. So that's important to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I see like so many great actors like from the past, present, you know, to create like their own motto and their own goals and like motivation. The motivation is the biggest part.
Create their own to get that motivation to bring that character to life.
Yeah,
because that's what you're tasked to do, right?
Exactly.
You have to make me believe that you're that person.
You have to you know put the audience, you know, there with you and right, you got to feel like the audience and you got to, you know, give them your best.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm just thinking about like, you know, you get lines, right? They're just lines.
Yeah.
It's just a script. And unless you tap into, like you said, some of the motivations that may make this character do A, B, and C, then you're just going to be reciting lines. But if you could harness that, then it kind of brings some life to it, right?
Exactly. And sometimes you can't even do it on your own, you know? Like, you need the director's help to, like, you know, like, right when you're in the scene, you know, like, they'll basically tell you what you're feeling and, like, how you should react and everything. Because the last play I did, it was Eurydice. It was last semester, and I played Orpheus, and Orpheus, he loses his wife Eurydice to like the underworld and what was implied to be Hades. And I'm just thinking like she doesn't remember me, you know, and like she's like going away from me, you know, I'm losing her. So like just like cry out, put my heart into it, you know, try to make people sad and cry and everything like that. But one of the most challenging roles that I had, I played like an insane person who it was for a short like 10-minute play, you know. We basically what we had to do was that it was very vague. We didn't have a name, but we did have like some bits and pieces from the script that were shown to us like throughout the play, and reading those I had to create like my own backstory. Who is this guy? Why did he do what he did? He basically like killed a bunch of people, you know. And so
a little dark there.
It was a really dark, pretty sad play, and I couldn't do it, but I tried my hardest to cry for that role. You know, I did it during rehearsals, but like during the actual like performance, I was like, damn.
Oh, it just wasn't there.
Yeah, but I did make other people sad, though, and that's what's important.
Well, that's what works.
Yeah.
And so, you know, while we're on that topic, both like Eurydice and then this one, dark, you seem to like a little bit of the dark stuff, right?
Yeah.
Even, and some of your influences are people you look up to, Gary Oldman, Christopher Lee, Johnny Depp. Those are some of the people you like, and they've played a lot of dark characters throughout their film career, right?
Two of them played Dracula. You know, he's like, it's the goat of vampires. Yeah, you know. And Johnny Depp, I feel like his characters that he just does such a great job with them. Like he's like his most famous, Captain Jack Sparrow. You know, like he really brought that character to life, in a way that like even the directors probably didn't even realize that's what they wanted to see,
What about Edward Scissorhands?
Oh, Edward Scissorhands. Love
Famous,
Edward Scissorhands. Yeah.
That Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
Him and Helena Bonham Carter, they are like the Tim Burton power couple,
Yeah.
I love seeing them like together and like Sweeney Todd and Dark Shadows and what else were they in? Oh, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but they didn't really share a scene together, I don't think.
Yeah, and so I forget who it was that turned down the movie Edward Scissorhands because they told the person is like, well, how does he use the bathroom? I'm like, if you can't answer that question, I'm not doing the movie.
Yeah.
Somebody turned it down, and I don't have a fact checker to look it up right here or somebody. But yeah, somebody turned it down. But Johnny Depp brought it to life, and it was just incredible. Like, you didn't even care. You didn't think those things.
Yeah.
He was able to bring you into that movie.
Right.
Exactly.
And now you're feeling for him, this guy that doesn't have hands because, another great
scissors
actor.
for hands? What?
Yeah.
Mind blown.
It was just like a whole incredible story that you bought into.
Yeah, and also makes a killer Halloween costume for sure.
Have you done that?
Oh, I wanted to
Oh, you
one
wanted
time,
to?
yeah, but like the scissor hands, those were like the hard part.
You can't really grab like a, your, Coke or whatever.
Yeah, and Johnny Depp was known for another movie with somebody had hands with blades on it. This first movie was Nightmare on Elm Street, which I was a huge horror movie fan, and that was his first movie. And it said in the beginning of it, introducing Johnny Depp on that.
Oh, wow.
And, so a little fun fact.
I can't really say I've seen that movie.
Oh, you got to watch it, man.
All right,
Johnny
then.
Depp, that's old school. But so these are some of your influences, some of the dark stuff. So is that what you want to do going on to the next level, or is it you don't want to be typecast? Or
Typecasting, that's a big fear of mine, but also at the same time, like, I don't think I would mind it as much because all these, like, you mentioned the dark influences, but I also love comedy. Like, Seth Rogen movies are hilarious, and I also love Monty Python as well. I would love to do like some like comedy movie or show or anything. Recently, I just finished Ted. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
the movie or the series?
Both.
Okay,
But
all right.
I honestly would have to say that the series is better than the movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
check
Now,
that
I haven't
out.
seen the series at all.
You gotta see the series. It's like right up there, like with my sort of level of comedy.
And that's Seth MacFarlane, right?
It's Seth MacFarlane. Yeah.
The talking teddy bear.
Yeah.
yeah.
With a Boston accent.
Yeah.
So comedy. Who's some of your comedy influences? You mentioned.
Well, of course, there's Leslie Nelson. He's funny because like he does like this. He doesn't need to be vulgar to be funny. You know, it's just his cadence. Just makes it like hilarious.
What's that one? And he's like, and my name's not Shirley. Or
The Naked Gun?
No,
I think
it was Airplane. It was Airplane. It was like, Shirley, you're not serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Yeah.
That was just like one of those things.
Yeah.
Just like it's so stupid, but it's so funny.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. From the Ted movie, like, I don't know. Is it okay if I like?
Go ahead.
All right. It was.
As long as you're not cussing, you're good.
Damn! I can't say that.
Yeah, live radio.
Yeah, well, basically, Mark Wahlberg and Ted, they're all like, well, they say I'm a piece of property. Property? Like garbage or a piece of crap? And I was thinking like a toothbrush, but yeah, like, I don't know. It was hilarious.
And scene.
Yeah.
So we have about a couple minutes left. Tell us about AWC TV.
Oh, yes.
Shout out the team over there. I know we saw
course.
Nick peeking in.
So here at AWC, I am the talk show host for a show called Live Laugh Live. You could catch us at Arizona Western /live every Friday from 10 to 10:30. It probably interferes with your guys' time.
It's all good.
Hey, you can watch both. Watch one first and then watch the other after.
Get two monitors and put them up there.
Yeah. So one of the days, before you get, I just want to say, I told them we'll do a rerun here, and I'll be on your show. So if you want to book me over here, we'll do a rerun and put it up, and I'll go over there do it, and you could ask me questions.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I would love to have you on there too. But yeah, so what happened was that my good friend Christina, she sent me like a thing saying like, hey, you got to come audition for this. And I was like, all right. I put in my audition thing, and eventually, now I'm on my 4th season doing this.
4th season.
Yeah, and we had 2 other my co-hosts. They left. It was Alex Kraft, and now it's Alicia Williams. But now I'm doing more stuff for the show than ever. Like, I just directed my first episode. I started making videos and everything like that. And honestly, I'm just like, I'm trying to learn like the whole aspect of not only theater and acting, but like of like what goes on behind the scenes.
Because that would make you more dangerous when you get out there, right? If you know all these, then you can kind of even put yourself in the director's shoes and put yourself in those shoes, and then like, oh, that's why they're asking me to do this, because I've been on the other side and now I get it, and then you become dangerous.
Yeah, I know. It's imminence, like I'm just thinking about that, like what I'm gonna do when I get out there.
So real quickly, yesterday we had a guest on, Danielle Burke-North. She does TV news, but she also says she wants to get into acting. So maybe we'll see,
Oh yeah, for
both
sure.
of you, down the line. Just remember us little guys in Yuma.
Exactly. It'd be hard to forget you guys.
Yeah. So I just real quick plug the show again. Tell everybody how they can catch it and how to follow you and them on social media.
Of course, you guys can follow us on Instagram at AWC Student Show. And you can catch us at every Friday at Arizona Western /live. And the show is called Live, Laugh, Live. We'll see you guys this Friday.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us. We're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with Burst Rock. You might know him. He's been in a few music videos, one by Fergie and another one by Kendrick Lamar. Yes, he's going to be in the studio right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, crafted in Welton, inspired by the desert, offering scratch-made food, handcrafted beers, live music, and experiences like farm tours and glamping. Location information, the schedule of events, and details on the range of options to be enjoyed are at hightanks.com.
From KEWC News, I'm Cisco Stargazer. After closing campus for cooling system repairs last week, Castle Dome Middle School reopened Monday, March 16th. According to Yuma School District 1, the timing of the repairs was due to unseasonably high temperatures. But the closure is demonstrative of a bigger problem with Arizona's capital funding system. Previously, schools regularly received an allotment of funds for maintenance, based on factors like building age and size. But now they have to apply for competitive building renewal grants. Superintendent Dennis Ponder told KEWC that if the old formula was still in place, the district could have been proactive. He said, quote, "As it currently stands, the state still hasn't approved funding to fix the issue for which they're responsible. This delay displaced over 900 kids in our community and impacted many others. We are currently forging a path forward to resolve the issue permanently in hopes that the state will recognize their duty and take over the payment of the solution as we move forward." End quote. School has resumed as usual, now with a properly operating cooling system. From KAWC News, I'm Cisco Stargazer.
Hey, I'm Jay with Mixtape, the radio show all about sharing music, bringing you songs from the days of cassette tapes and before the time of online. This week's episode of Mixtape, who? Naming names. We're going to hear songs by artists who name people in their songs. Some are happy, some are sad, some are unexplainable, and some aren't even in the title. Join me Thursday at 7 p.m. on KOFA Border Radio or on the KOFA app.
Want to help our community understand the issues that matter most? KAWC is hiring a civic engagement reporter to cover government, policy, and key industries in Yuma and La Paz counties and produce stories for radio, podcast, and digital platforms. For more details, visit kawc.org/jobs.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez.
And I'm Sajay Barcenas. We'll be talking about jobs and experience for students.
I fell in love with the art of being in the kitchen, making food, and making people happy.
Taking that chance is going to be what's going to get you to the next stage or future.
Es una cantidad enorme de estudiantes que quieren trabajar.
A new energy with the same mission, to give students a voice.
Arizona Western College invites future business leaders to the Youth Entrepreneurial Skills Training Workshop, Monday, April 6th, at the AWC Reskilling and Technology Center. This session helps participants learn how to turn hobbies into businesses, market ideas, and more. Information at azwestern.edu/events.
Why is music an important part of your life? For many of us, music lets us see the world from someone else's perspective. We can find community in hearing someone else's joy, sorrow, or hope expressed in song or melody. KOFA Border Radio is your local, non-commercial source for great music.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Burst Rock. Johnny is his first name. And how do I pronounce your last name, brother?
Cervin.
Cervin? Cervin?
Cervin. I'm out here serving.
Yeah, you are. You're actually also serving tacos, right? So we're going to get to that.
About those serving tacos.
But we were talking off air. You've only been in Yuma about 5 months now?
Yeah, about 5 months. I just moved out here September.
Yeah, September. And I was originally, I had Cavi on my show.
Yeah.
Young Cavi. Joe, as other people know him in the home loan industry world, but I know him for Cavi from the hip hop world. But anyway, he had mentioned that he's like, hey, man, there's this B-boy, this pop locker that lives here. And he was in Kendrick Lamar's video and this and that. He's real famous. And I was like, okay, cool. And I took it skeptical. Like, you know, you kind of hear things sometimes. And like, I reached out to you and I apologized. I didn't get back to you right away until my boy Mike saw you here recently. I don't know if you did something together, but he's like, dude, you really need to get this dude on your show. And I reached back out. So thank you for coming. I appreciate that,
Of course,
man.
thanks for having me. Shout out to Chicano Brandon Dizzy for
Dizzy, that's what he goes by. Dizzy.
Yeah, Chicano Brandon Dizzy right there, Dizzy.
I just got to say something real quick. So Dizzy, so back in the day, so hip hop, the culture had elements, right? You know about the elements. And one of them is rhyming, right? Spitting, emceeing. So where Dizzy used to break dance and practice, me and my crew, I was an MC. It would be outside while they're inside breakdancing. We'll be outside with the Cypher Circle, rhyming and stuff like that. And we'd all kind of get together and celebrate each other. So that's how I know Dizzy.
That's right. Hell yeah. Hip hop, the culture.
The culture. And so but before we get too far into it, I just want to say some of the things. You said you were in the Fergalicious video.
Yeah, I was in the Fergalicious video.
And you've been in some movies?
I've been in a couple movies, Green Card Warrior, Philly Brown. Just to name a few, and I mean, I've done plenty of commercials, music videos, tours. Like I've done my share of things. I've been blessed.
But blessed, you know? And so we'll kind of take it back now, as people know who you are now, have some context. 5 years. 5 months here in Yuma. Where are you from originally?
I'm from LA. I'm from San Gabriel Valley, SGV, Alhambra, the city, you know, which is about 10 minutes from downtown LA. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I lived in different cities in LA, you know, Compton, Long Beach, Bell Gardens, I moved around a lot. But Alhambra is where I call home because that's where I spent most of my years.
Okay. What was it like growing up there at that time?
Wild, bro. I mean, if you're from Cali, if you're from LA, especially the LA area and the surrounding cities, you would have to be there to understand the way the lifestyle is out there, you know what I mean? Because it's definitely way different than out here. It's the same, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's just temptation is everywhere. You know, and when I say temptation, I mean in all types of sorts of things, you know what I'm saying? From the streets, from the good, from the bad, you know what I mean? So it's just different out there.
Well, absolutely. And, you know, you don't get to pick in one sense where you grow up, right?
No,
it's your parents typically just trying to make the best out of a situation.
Yes, 100%.
And so they're like, well, I can afford a house here. I could do this. My work is over here. So they find a place.
Yeah.
Us as youngsters, okay, you know, we're going to gravitate to what's around our neighborhood.
Yep, our surroundings.
It's just a part of life.
Yep.
And so you're in a place, you said it was wild. There's probably some activity going on, right? Right? Some things that you and your kids want to fit in.
Yeah.
When you're young, you want to fit in. So what was it like dealing with that?
So it's not only that. It's not only your surroundings. It's also what your household brings in, right? So I grew up in a single family home. My mom and my dad separated when they were when I was 1 year old. My dad, if you were to meet my dad, rest in peace, he's a ranchero, straight Tejana, botas, like he's 100% ranchero. My mom, she's a gangster. You know what I'm saying? So being around both types of families and their lifestyles, you get to see different things, right? Now, when growing up with my mom, you know, I had more of the street aspect, you know,
Mm-hmm.
her homies, her friends, her surroundings with a lot of street people. My dad was more family oriented with his family, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of gravitate towards both, and whatever takes your interest in, right? I gravitated more towards the street of my mom's side
Mm-hmm.
because I liked what I seen, you know, I mean, the shiny cars, the guys, the
Lowriders,
low
the
riders,
classic
the
cars,
women,
yeah.
you know, like, you know what I mean? And this side was more a little laid back, the barbecues, the family, you know what I mean? I didn't understand the value of this side because I wanted more of this side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but as I got older and I went through all the things I needed to go through on this side, I enjoyed this side 100 times more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's less trouble, less temptation, less everything that you want to be around of what's not going to get you in trouble.
And you mentioned that, so you're seeing the shiny objects, for lack of a better
for
word,
sure.
right? No matter which way they come, whether it's a car, you know, a chain, you're seeing this stuff. People have quick money, stuff like that, and it's like, okay, yeah, like what kid wouldn't like that, right?
the
Growing
lifestyle.
up, seeing that, and you're saying your mom was a part of it, and you're into it. But then you said trouble finds you in that life, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Trouble definitely finds you in that life. And then just being affiliated and not being affiliated with the people that you hang out with, you know, it makes you automatically affiliated. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, that brings a lot of unwanted issues in your life. You know what I'm saying? So once I figured out that stuff in life, I started, you know, my journey with dancing.
Okay, so
you know?
so let's talk about that a little bit. So and I just want to say, did you get in trouble, like where it's like,
oh yeah, of course,
juvie stuff? Okay.
Oh no, juvie stuff or anything like that. I mean, I learned at an early age on what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the things that I did, thank God I didn't get caught for it. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But
you learned how to.
yeah,
not to
I
get
learned how
caught.
to navigate.
Yeah.
And you know, because what's crazy is because when the kids were out, like my cousins and everybody would be outside playing in the street, and I'd be in the house with all the adults talking, and my uncles and my mom and everybody, all the adults were talking about the things that they did back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And I was soaking up game from that. Like I was just soaking, I'm eating my Cheetos or whatever, a little mocoso, just listening to all their chismes. And I remembered everything that they were talking about, so I knew how to navigate on certain situations, you know what I'm saying? Not to get caught up in life. You know what I'm saying? While everybody's out there playing as a kid, I'm just soaking up game.
You're soaking up game, and you're not getting caught. But obviously, like you said, trouble finds you in a different way.
of course, yeah,
right? Whether
yeah.
it's another set or whatever, there's the people like
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
for
what
sure.
you're doing, how you're doing it.
Jealousy
and
gets you
jealousy.
yep, yeah.
So then you're finding that, but then you also uniquely had your father's side that you could kind of look to, like you
Yeah.
said. That's this other thing, family oriented. This you said the barbecues, you know, and you said, wait a minute. Like this is looking better, huh?
Yeah. As you get older, like, and you know, I didn't celebrate that side of my family till I got older. You know what I'm saying? I didn't appreciate my dad's style, the tejana, the botas, the corridos, the rancheras. Like I didn't
Banda.
appreciate that, the banda music until I got older, right? Now, like, how can I explain? Like it hits me a certain way. Like when I hear this type of music, like it brings tears to my eyes because it takes me back to my childhood with my pops, and I don't have my dad no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it takes me back to my childhood. You know what I'm saying? And this is always going to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, this is always going to be here. This right here, this is what taught me how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what taught me the right from wrong. Even though my mom taught me a lot of right from wrong, you know what I'm saying? The do's and the don'ts. She's taught me a lot. I'm not going to take anything away from her because she taught me a whole lot. She taught me how to navigate, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then my pops didn't have that skill to navigate properly. He just taught me how to be a man, work, get the things you want, earn it the right way. You know what I mean? My mom's another way. She just taught me different things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I just soaked up game from both of them. You know what I mean? So now you get a mix. Like I'm wearing Cortez on one foot and boots on another. You know what I'm saying? This is just the type of life I live. You know what I mean?
So in the culture, there's the music, the cars, these different things. There's also breakdancing or pop locking, right?
Yeah.
That's a part of it. And so what caught your eye about that?
Just a movement. I mean, it was just a trip to me how people were getting down, and I actually saw my cousin's husband was the first dude I ever actually really seen popping that showed me how to move, how to pop, and he was from a small town up north called Tulare, and he happened to hook up with my cousin out there in Long Beach. They have two beautiful children together, and he taught me from at an early age how to move. And then from there, I just started going with it. Like, I was 14 years old. Like, I've seen breakdancing, I've seen popping growing up, but I never gravitated to it. You know what I'm saying? I seen him do like an old lady, like a laugh, and it just was so dope to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very animated.
Yeah, it's very animated. So I just started, and I picked it up, and I started tagging on the walls, started, following my older brother and his friends, and then I just didn't want to get caught up in certain situations no more, and I just went full force with my popping.
Yeah, and again, as part of the culture, if people aren't familiar with it, a good way to start is Wild Style, watching that movie. I'm pretty sure you're
breaking, of course, Wild Style, Breaking 1 and 2.
Yeah, I have the soundtracks to all of them, man. Awesome. I love it. That's a culture I grew up in. We used to throw cardboard back in my backyard. We used to have a slab of concrete that we'd break dance on, and it's definitely a movement. And you credit this movement to saving your life.
Oh yeah, I don't want to say just to saving my life. It kept me out of trouble.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it kept me entertained. It's like with a football player, right? They join sports. You know what I'm saying? It keeps them away, going to practice, doing certain things. And me practicing with my homies, it kept me off the streets from doing other things. You know what I'm saying? Kept me motivated. I wanted to be the best popper in my city. You know what I'm saying? I worked at it. I practiced. I battled. Went to school battles, went to other schools to battle, went to quinceañeras to battle. And, you know what I'm saying? I was at the malls, bus stops, like wherever we were getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Wherever it can be.
Wherever it can be.
You'd look at somebody, and I was an MC, and I was a battle MC. That's how I started. So when I was 15, I would do that. I would look at somebody as like, oh, he's wearing, this type of outfit. He probably rhyme. Hey, you rhyme, man? You want to battle? I would just do that. Just hungry. You were just hungry to do it. Just
get it.
To make it. And then battling sharpens you, right?
Yeah, battling definitely sharps you, gets you ready. You know what I'm saying? Just again, like anything else, like war, right? Like you got to get ready for war. It's the same thing with the battle. You got to get ready for it. Mentally, physically, everything. You just got to be like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this person. You know what I mean? Like it's just wild.
Well, he might just get it right now. So right now is a good time to go to break. We're going to come back on the other side. And I want to ask you about some of your influences, maybe on the larger scale, like I brought up, Wild Style, and people like that. And then how you ended up in your first music video. We're going to do that right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Today's day sponsor is Bill Moody, wishing happy birthday to his wife, Stephanie. Bill says, Stephanie, you are my best friend and my rock. Whether on a great adventure or on a trip to the home improvement store, I cherish every moment we are together. No matter what life may throw our way, I know I will get through it with you hand in hand. Happy birthday.
An extreme heat warning will take effect today across southeast California and Thursday across Arizona deserts and continue through this Sunday. In Quartzsite, Parker, and Yuma, we expect an afternoon high of 103 degrees. Mostly clear skies tonight with a low around 67 degrees.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Join me for Bonus Smiles, the show sharing the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Why? Because the rando cheering you on at a mile 77 aid station is the same kind of person who supports local public radio. Join us every Saturday at 5 a.m. on KOFA at 94.7 FM for stories that soothe and jams that power long runs.
Thank you to the many local businesses that support Border Radio and help make the music possible. If you have a business that would like to include Border Radio in your marketing mix, we're here to provide a customized program for you. Call us at 877-838-5292 or visit borderradioaz.org for more information.
If you're tired of listening to long commercials before finally hearing music, look no further. We've got you covered. Whether you're searching on your radio, trying to find an app to play some tunes, or need background music playing on your computer while finishing up some work, KOFA Border Radio is your non-commercial place for music.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here with Burst Rock talking about street dancing. And before we go on, I just want to talk about, so do you call it street dancing? Because I saw that in your bio. Like I would typically call it like breaking or pop locking, or is it because there's more to it? Or explain that a little bit.
So street dancing, basically, it's, I don't want to say it's a commercial term. It just opens up the gate to other type of, how can I say, it just opens up the market, right? Basically,
yeah,
right? Because I can be a pop locker and people are like, what's that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can be like, is that like breakdancing? Like, well, it's a form of it, but it's not breakdancing. It's pop locking. So I'm a street dancer. I dance in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So street culture. You know what I mean? So you kind of just gave it that term where other people that don't really understand what pop locking is, because that's another term that people don't understand. You right? So you just kind of open the market for that.
Yeah. So in breakdancing, the pop locking is part of it. They're the ones that stay on their toes. So what made you just kind of stay up the whole time? You tried to do that windmill one time, and you're like, this ain't for me?
Yeah, I tried breaking, bro. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah. And you know that saying they always tell you, don't be a follower, be a leader? Well, my mom's always told me that, right? And everybody I was hanging out with at the time were all breakdancing. So I said, I tried. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be different. I started popping. Nobody was popping. I was the only popper amongst a bunch of breakers. And I just went full force with it. And, you know, here I am still.
Yeah. So explain, we were talking off air, like, and I brought up Wild Style. So that's kind of what we saw and kind of influenced us here. And we did, a lot of people from LA do end up moving to Yuma to kind of get away from a certain element. That happens a lot. But that was still a big part of our influence. And who was your influence? And maybe on a large scale and then on a local scale, people coming up in the scene where you're at.
So my main influence was, like I said, my cousin's husband at the time. He was the one that taught me. I've always looked up to him because he was the one that showed me the way. Obviously, you watch the movies Breaking, Beat Street, all that.
Turbo,
Ozone. I mean, I saw the movies and I admired everything they did, but I can't say they influenced me. But, I always looked at my crew members to influence me, or the people around me that taught me, that have no names in the street or anything like that as far as big commercial.
Yeah.
But they were there with me the whole time. So them pushing me. That was my influence.
So maybe they don't have a commercial, but give a shout out to some of them, some of the people.
Like Joe, the whole Funny Bones crew, you know what I'm saying? Just Jekyll, he's an OG out there in California. Just there's a lot of OGs out there that show me a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. They all know Jerry, you know what I mean? That's a partner that I do work with as well. But mainly in my crew, Funny Bones crew, you know what I'm saying?
Funny Bones crew, that was your
Bones crew. Yeah, that's a crew I started in 2002, and it was mainly all Chicanos in the beginning. I was trying to get all the baddest Chicanos around me to be a part of the crew, but then we opened up the doors to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because we couldn't hold back. There was just too many dope dancers.
Yeah.
So now we're around the world, bro. We got chapters in Canada, the Netherlands, China. We got people in Mexico, so different parts of the U.S. Like we're a global crew now. Started off with two vatos just dancing in the living room.
Just two guys just making it happen.
Making it happen. Then we just blew up and blew this crew up. Super dope, bro.
So then you're perfecting your craft, you're battling, you're doing this. So how does that transfer into start doing like music videos or being featured in things like the people? Because LA, I know Hollywood's not too far away, right over there. Is it somebody kind of finds you, or somebody needs somebody? Is there casting calls?
So I mean, I've always been a street dancer, so I was very involved in the street dancing, like raves and all the stuff that was going on in the 90s. Right when I graduated from high school, right before that, they had me take like a test, like what you're gonna do when you grow up, and I said I want to be a dancer. My chances were making it were really low. So right after high school, I was working in a warehouse, and my aunt had my cousin singing. So it was an audition she heard about. So she sent me to the audition, and out of that, I was like, out of 200 dancers, I was the first dancer they called back. So from there, I got an agent, a manager, and they just started sending me out to go do bookings. Booked my first commercial, which was a Sprite commercial. Shot that on Whittier Boulevard, and from there I just started booking. Because at the time, there was no one really doing what I was doing. You know what I mean? In the commercial scene.
So, but say that no one doing the type of pop locking that you were doing, or nobody kind of putting themselves out there?
No one putting themselves out there, because popping's always been around.
Yeah.
It was just underground. But I push myself out there to get to the mainstream. And once I push myself out there to get to Hollywood, that's when, like, my style, you look at me, I'm a homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, they seen my style, they seen the way I dressed, the way I looked, and then they seen the way I danced, and it just started, it started helping to my advantage because it gave a tie to a certain type of culture as well, so people just started booking me.
Yeah, and Sprite, I'm a marketing guy. That's what I do for a living now. And Sprite always definitely ties themselves to a more street culture.
Urban culture.
Urban culture, like, basketball, anything they try to get, it's very urban. So you took your shot, you went over there, you got it, you did that. And you said they start to come? Like, what is that
yes,
like?
So then I started going to more auditions, and then I just started getting more bookings.
Yeah, more bookings.
Yeah, McDonald's, Xbox, my Super Bowl commercial I did, which was for Levi's. I did a gang of commercials. Yeah. So I just started booking. I think from my 20s to like I was 35, I was most active. Maybe in my 30, for sure, like 30, 32, I was most active in the Hollywood scene.
Gotcha.
But I've been active from my 20s to basically now.
Yeah.
In dancing. I'm not as good as sharp as I used to be, but
Hey, we get
I
older.
still get it when I can. You know what I'm saying? That's not my main income no more.
Tell us what it's like working with like these artists like Fergie, Kendrick Lamar, and like working with their crews. What's that like for you?
It was all dope, bro. Like I look at everything as a blessing, right? And everybody was super cool. And when Will.i.am saw me, I was dressed in a Dickie outfit, my brim hat, and Will.i.am came up to me, started talking to me, and he was talking to me in Spanish. And he's like, "I'm a homie too. I grew up in the Estrada Projects, and if you know about the Estrada Projects, it's a projects right there in East LA, you know what I'm saying? So right there, him and I hit it off right there because now it's two homies talking, right? So he was proud to see someone like myself in that scenario, you know what I mean? So it was super dope there. But they're not even the biggest artists I work for. The biggest artist I ever worked for was Prince.
What?
Yeah, that's the biggest artist I ever got to work for, bro. It was a super blessing.
Absolutely. He's my all-time favorite artist.
Yeah.
Prince. Like, that dude's incredible. Plays every single instrument, does that. You got to work with Prince, bro?
Yeah, I got to work with Prince, bro.
Okay.
And we were at his house filming a documentary that I don't think they ever put out, but yeah, we were at his house in Mulholland Drive. I was the only popper. There was a bunch of other dancers, super exclusive. You know what I mean? This guy had palm trees in his house, bro. In his house. It was super dope. We had to drop off our cars at the Getty Center. A shuttle bus picked us up, took us to his house. It was just super dope, bro. But yeah, I got to work with Prince, bro.
Yeah,
that was the biggest person I ever worked for.
With royalty. So let's kind of move on for that because you also, and I see you got your chain there, you got a clothing company and you're also doing tacos out here. So give a shout out and kind of give us some insight on those.
I have a clothing company I started called 27 Junkies. I found that with my homeboy. 27 represents how we grew up. Junkies represents a fix. Everybody's got a fix in life. You can be a radio junkie, a taco junkie. I was being sponsored in my early 20s, traveling, doing a bunch of things. I told my homie, like, hey, bro, I'm being sponsored. I'm on these shows. Like, people are giving me clothes to wear for these shows. Why don't we just start our own? Because he was a graphic designer. We started our clothing company in 2007. Here we are today still doing clothing. Taco Junkies, I started that after my dad passed away in 2016. Same thing, same concept with the Junkies clothing. Everybody got a fix. I just put taco in for the junkies because there's a lot of taco junkies.
Yeah. There's a lot in Yuma, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and I'm going on 10 years with my taco company, Taco Junkies Vato, serving tacos. I'm that Vato. Oh, rah.
And you were at the, I don't know if you were there. I was so busy running around, but you guys were at the weigh-ins for YFL
on Friday.
8. Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I was there.
You might have seen me running back and forth and doing, I host the thing. But yeah, so you got to do that. Was that your car out there too?
Yeah, that was my car out there. That's my 69 Caprice.
Are you in a car club here? Or?
No, I was in a car club out there, but, right now we're having a separation, Okay. But I just rock my 27 Junkies logo no matter where I go. That's my plaque on my car. I represent the Junkie Fix everywhere I go.
So are you in Yuma full time now?
I'm in Yuma full time. I live out here now, but I'm still in Cali every other weekend doing the tacos and events that I got going on out there.
Mm-hmm. And so that's what you're going to pursue now? Is that you're kind of, like you said, we get older and you can't move the same. Yeah, it just happens as part of life. But you found a niche with the clothing. You're still part of the culture with the clothing and doing this, and the food side with the tacos.
Yeah. So tacos is my main source of business now. Like, that's all I do. I mean, I dance every chance I get, but that's not my focus no more. I'm an old man. My body hurts. So now I'm out there slanging meat in Chile all day now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pushing meat in Chile. That's my hustle now, you know?
Yeah. So can you tell everybody where they could find you and then find your clothing company and the tacos as well on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff?
You can look up my personal account, which is Burst Rock, BURSTROCK 27 Junkies, JUNKIES, or you can find at Taco Junkies on Instagram as well. Here in Yuma, I'm at Friday Night Munchies on Fridays, and Sundays I'm at Schwanky's. Shout out to Schwanky's for opening the doors to me. So I'm at Schwanky's on Sundays and on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So, and could you show us a little something before we leave? I don't have any music keyed up, but
we'll rock that real quick. I mean,
Go ahead.
My
Do
bones
that.
might crack.
Can we get on him, Cecilia?
So,
yeah, here we go.
Go ready? All right, let's see.
So if you're watching live right here on Instagram, Facebook, X, all that good stuff, you just got a live taste of Burst Rock. Thank you so much for being with us today,
thanks for
man.
having me.
I really, really appreciate it. Good luck with everything you do. And I didn't even get to try the tacos that night, so I'm definitely going to have to go over there and get the tacos. And really appreciate you. And with that, it's time for the legal read. What's Up Yuma Radio is a production at KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnales, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's show, we have
Joaquin Haidt. He's an anchor at KYMA. And we have Crisia Godinez. She's from I Am Wellness.
So make sure you check that out.
And you can listen to our podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio.
All right. And if you want to be a part of the show, it's super easy now. We made it really easy. Just go to whatsupyuma.biz or whatsupyuma.com. Click the radio link. And then when you do that, there's a button right there. Book. That's all you got to do. Click that. I want to tell your story like we just told Johnny's story right here. Everybody has a story. We want to tell it and do that. And we will see everybody else tomorrow.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Broadcasting from Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 55 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM